What is up, YouTube? It's RSMario here, bringing you another Super Nintendo Switch video, aka Switch 2 video, whatever you want to call it. I'm still hoping that they call it Super Nintendo Switch because that's just the perfect name for it. Like, I mean, you can say like the Switch is like the reboot of Nintendo consoles, and so that's like the NES, and then the Super Nintendo Switch is like the SNES of the Switch era of consoles, you know. But you know, that's just me though. They're probably not gonna do that. But yeah, we got some interesting information here. That's some information that I recorded on a previous video that was supposed to be on the video yesterday, but I didn't want that video to be too long, so I cut it and decided to make it its own video. Then more information came out, so I had to record more to add on to that. So you're gonna see an outfit change eventually in this video. But yeah, you know what I'm saying? That's going to be pretty interesting. Of course, if you want to get more videos like this from me, like, comment, subscribe, hit the bell button, do all that good stuff that YouTube requires you to do to continue getting videos from me. Follow me at twitter.com/rsmario128. Like the video, tweet, share the video, tweet, and I will shout you out at this part of the video. So if you do a shout out in the next video, your name will get shouted out here for liking or retweeting my video tweet. Alright, so let's get on into it. Alright, so we're going to start off talking about a article from Eurogamer that basically says that Nintendo quietly behind closed doors showed off the new Nintendo Switch, or the Switch 2 or the Super Nintendo Switch at Gamescom behind closed doors, which is interesting because this actually kind of happens, you know what I'm saying, from time to time. You know, I believe at E3, before Twilight Princess came out, I believe they showed off concept art from Twilight Princess. Alright, and this is long before we had even a subtitle for the game. Alright, they showed off concept art at E3 behind closed doors. And then eventually, I believe Miyamoto, it was either Miyamoto or it was, I think it was Miyamoto, that showed off the painting that had Link and Faye, and basically that was the first bit of art we ever saw from Twilight Princess. That was shown off behind closed doors at E3 long before they revealed that picture. So this is not something that was new to Nintendo. They actually do this. Other companies do this as well. So it's very possible. Not to mention, Nintendo is very interested in the European market. There's another video that I'm hoping to drop Saturday. Knock on wood. You know what I'm saying? About more interesting things going on as far as Nintendo Europe and Smash Brothers. So that's going to be pretty interesting. But yeah, Nintendo is definitely very interested in the European region. So I can see them doing that, you know, at Gamescom, because that's like the biggest European video game show. So let's get on into the article from Eurogamer. In Cologne last month, Nintendo's public Gamescom show floor booth let you play Pikmin 4 and Super Mario Kart 8 Deluxe behind closed doors. The company had more up its sleeves though. Developer presentations for the Switch 2 took place behind closed doors. Eurogamer understands with partners shown tech demos of how well the system is designed to run. One Switch 2 tech demo was a souped up version of Breath of the Wild designed to hit the Switch 2's beefier target specs. To be clear, this is just a tech demo. There's no suggestion that the game will be re-released. Even though, to be honest though, I wouldn't be surprised if they did do a re-release. I mean, especially like, you know, I mean, because you look at how popular Sony's re-releases were. Alright, they re-released Last of Us 2. No, they re-released Last of Us 1 like 3 times. Alright, we had the original PS3 release. We had the remake that was like a PS4 launch title. And then they had they remade it again on PS5, and you know, and then of course they did it again on PC, which was low-key a disaster, but hey, you know, is what it is though. They did the same thing with a lot of other games where they just remade them on PS5. So I wouldn't be surprised if Nintendo doesn't take up that little bit of Sony strategy there. Can't wait to hear all the think pieces about that. Nintendo is yet to publicly discuss plans for its inevitable Switch successor, though its new hardware is widely expected to launch at some point in 2024. Word that it is now being shown to external developers comes as details have begun to emerge around when we may see the system launch. In a recent report pinned Switch 2's arrival for the latter part of next year, with development kits now in the hands of some key partners. This chimed with what Eurogamer had previously heard, though on timing, I understand Nintendo is keen to launch the system sooner if possible. Publicly, Nintendo has announced a strong lineup of games to see its current Switch through the rest of 2023 and into part of next year, with an impressive-looking Super Mario Wonder, a Mario RPG remake, a new WarioWare game, all coming this side for Christmas. 2024 will bring a new Princess Peach game and a port of Luigi's Mansion 2, the long-awaited Metroid Prime 4, which all have to be announced launch dates. To be honest, I do think that 2 of these games are going to be Switch 2 launch titles, or at least launch window titles. Specifically the Peach game, because if I'm not mistaken, the Peach game was never given an actual release, it never said it was going to be on the Switch. Like, if you look at all Switch trailers, like at the beginning of the Switch trailer, you have the Switch logo and the click. That wasn't on the Peach trailer. They just dropped the trailer. So there's a chance that Peach game is probably not even a Switch game. It might be a launch title for the next console. And of course, there's a good chance that Metroid Prime 4 is going to be the same way. You know what I'm saying? But now let's get into the other bit of Super Nintendo Switch news that had popped up this week. So we move on to the other part of this video. Now I'm going to tell you, take this with a grain of salt. Alright, I didn't make a new salt commercial. I'm working on a new one. A new, like, oh, this is our sponsor, Salt. You know what I'm saying? I might just throw in one of the old ones here. Or, since I'm recording this and editing this at different times, I might not. It depends on how I feel at the time. But Super Nintendo Switch. So, Centro, dropping them bangers. Drops some more details about Super Nintendo Switch that have been floating around. I've actually seen them in a couple of other places before. And some people have kind of debunked some of the stuff in this list, but he says that more details about Super Nintendo Switch. Super Nintendo Switch dev kits have been out for a while. I'm gonna go ahead and link to the Bloomberg article again. I'm going to keep harping upon this because everybody said it was fake, you know what I'm saying? But Bloomberg wouldn't have posted it if it weren't real. Bloomberg is not Kotaku. Bloomberg is not a random YouTuber. Bloomberg is a respected business magazine. They wouldn't have posted it if it wasn't real, okay? You know what I'm saying? But I digress, you know what I'm saying? It is backwards compatible, new cartridge format, new camera feature, and Final Fantasy VII Remake looks and runs like a PS5 game on Switch 2 dev kit. Port took no time, I'm told. Could be a launch game, not sure. So, I'm gonna weigh in on this. I think the new cartridge format is interesting. Now, Nintendo's kind of been known for doing this. I mean, a perfect example, if you still have a DS and a 3DS in your house, look at the carts. The DS and the 3DS carts are different, alright? The 3DS carts have that extra tab thingy right there. You can't put a 3DS cart into a regular DS. You know what I'm saying? So they've been known to do this and make the cards different, the cartridges different, so that you can't put one in the old system as if it'll work anyway. You know what I'm saying? So you can't really do that. So I can see them doing that. The new camera feature is interesting. The 3DS did have a camera. I believe the DSi also had a camera. So I can see them bringing the camera back for the Switch. But, how will it affect battery life and price is the thing. Because that's the two the two big things when developing a new Switch console is battery life and price, because it's almost guaranteed to have a portable mode. If it does not have a portable mode, that will be pretty trash. Okay, I'm not gonna lie. As much as I play mine in console mode. The portable mode is where it's at. That's the big selling point. Um, and as far as the Final Fantasy VII remake thing, I'm gonna tell you now. I'm gonna call cap on this. All right. As far as it looking like a PS5 game, I mean DLSS, which is what we've been saying is gonna be a big part of the software part of the Super Nintendo Switch, can do a lot of things, but I mean that's some major league black magic right there. If you can make a portable console look like a PS5, me personally, I'm saying that it's probably gonna be like a PS4 Pro at the max, maybe even like Xbox Series S, not X, S. I don't know why they make confusing, crappy names like that for Xbox. It is what it is. I just call them the Xboxes. But Xbox Series S is the lower powered Xbox that is more digital. It's a digital Xbox. The one that looks like a radio. You know what I'm saying? I think that's probably the max we can consider, like, as far as power coming from this system. Because they don't want to make it too powerful, but then it'll be too expensive. And then the battery life will also be an issue. Battery life needs to be at least 4 to 5 hours. At least. I think that's the aim for Nintendo. And the more power the system has, the more impact that's going to have on the battery life. Not to mention, in a couple of years, I believe 2026, I believe, most devices are going to require removable batteries because of the European Union. So the European Union has put legislation in place where most devices that have chargeable lithium-ion batteries are going to need removable batteries because of, right to repair legislation in the EU. So they're going to have to design the Switch or the new Switch in a way that eventually is going to be able to operate that way. So a lot comes into play here. So of course that's about it for this. I didn't know this video was going to be that long. So like, comment, subscribe, and as always, people, tell me what you think in the comments down below and keep it real.